So today I am in Fort Wayne. I just went up and met with one of my employees at one of the computer shops here in Fort Wayne, and he's the newest employee, and we've decided to basically be on pretty much a no hiring time period or something like that until all the procedures that we have been writing are implemented and trained, because we realized when we trained Isaac how much had to be trained and how much was telephone trained in the past, and we have found that that is just totally unacceptable on how we have been training people, and we've decided that we're just not going to hire anybody else until we have that person's job completely 100% documented. I just spent the last month and a half documenting everything in the wiki for Benson, and today it felt kind of good. I actually was able to go over all of those procedures and locations in the wiki and how to get from point A to point B and all of those types of things with Isaac today, and he says, man, this would have been great when I first started. I'd have so much less questions, and I'm like, oh yes, I know. And that's exactly why we want to make sure that these things are done before we hire anybody else. And it kind of is putting a stress on some of the staff for sure, on some of the things that we need to do. But you know, I briefly explained to him our new answers process, and in case I haven't explained the answers process yet, what that is basically if an employee has a question and they are unable to find the resource in the wiki, they email answers at, and I'm not going to give you that address because the public views this, but they email answers at, and they get a ticket back. And what happens is there's like four or five some odd people on that queue, and I'm one of them, and I quickly respond back, or you know, Trish or Eric or somebody responds back to them with how to accomplish what they're looking for or the answer to their question. And then once that is done, we actually then write the procedure. We have our auditor who actually writes that procedure based upon the steps that we're given. They actually assign a procedure number and place that then in the wiki. And Isaac was just like, wow, I don't have to actually write the procedure? I'm like, nope, you don't have to write it. All you have to do is ask the question, and we'll take care of writing it. And Isaac was just like, man, that's so nice. I don't have to worry about actually then writing the procedure after doing it. It's just like, we wanted to do that because we didn't want there to be any reason why why our employees would not want, we don't want a reason for them to not ask the questions that they need to be asking to answers. And we've noticed that so many times if the employee is responsible for doing this afterwards, they don't ask the question. They'll just pick up the phone and call them. Sorry that I had to move my finger there. Anyway, so that was very good, and I explained to him how that answers worked. He has made some significant progress in the last month on his tasks. He actually only has 3 open tasks that I have assigned to him, and 2 of the 3 he had today. I assigned him today, and the other one he didn't even know that he was being asked the question, because for some reason he's not getting notified on one of the tickets. So we're solving that problem today. But meeting with employees is definitely very helpful, and actually having this wiki process defined, oh my goodness, it's going to be very, very valuable for employees that actually care. The ones that will hate it and push back are the ones that flat out just don't care. And that's what we're working on, making sure that we get the right staff that does care about how things are and how to find the information. They need to, you know, obviously be shown, you know, how to get to places in the wiki, and then once that's there, you know, bam, it's there. It's kind of like, you know, if you click on sales, it, you know, has big buttons. What sales do you want to sell? Sell a computer, sell, you know, hardware, sell networking equipment, sell, you know, all of this, and then all the procedures are right there underneath that. It makes it very, very simple for employees to do that. Will we be adding things? Yes, we're going to obviously add things to it. That makes it so much easier when a person has a question after they've been trained on it. And I really do believe that a lot of his questions will go down now that this has been adequately defined and the procedures are written. We've created a lot of procedures, and it was like we created almost 700 some odd pages of content when we were doing the Benson section. and we got rid of like 108 pages of bad content. So it definitely, you can see where things are, and I just wish we would have this structure in the wiki about 10 years ago, because I really think that we would have excelled at business that much faster. So that is exciting. That is the wiki update. Sorry for rambling, but have a good one.